Imagine Alice Cooper with about 1/100th the money.
If the Cramps had been a heavy metal band.
Crazy as H, blood-splattered, ear-splitting hilarity.
The Wizard of Oz meets splatter horror films.
The gag is, you're in the splash zone.
You're covered with goo and blood, and if you're not completely soaked, you didn't have a haunted garage show.
It's like going to a horror movie, except it's actually happening.
It's basically walking into the most brutal, gory film right in front of your face.
It was probably the best part of my life.
I think of him as a guy with commitment to his art.
That's Dukey. I mean, he wants to take it as far as he can take it.
You gotta see this band.
Wait a minute, are you gonna get this?
Oh, thank you.
Hello, it's me, Kevin Vonesper, and you are watching VonPod, the show where I talk to cult artists and musicians and other people I find interesting. Today is no different. We have indie filmmaker Charles D. Lincoln returning to the show. His latest bloody opus, Bishop's Cove, is available now to watch on Amazon Prime, so check it out. If this is your first time watching, hello and welcome. My name is Kevin Vonesper. I'm a musician, photographer, and documentary filmmaker from the New York City area. You may know me from the Grammy-nominated band Green Jelly, or my newest project, Pop Perversion. Last heard Losing the Patriarchy remix battle last week. You can find that on YouTube. It's pretty good, though. I'm Brian Biglione from the Dresden Dolls. It's pretty awesome. You may know me from photographing underground scenes in the New York City area, and you can find me every second Saturday at the Red Party at the Mercury Lounge. It's 21 plus, as is this show, should be for anyone watching. This is an adult show, not for the children. But come down and I'll take your picture at the Mercury Lounge every second Saturday and other special events that they have. I'm almost done with my documentary, The Life and Slimes of Dukey, Flyswatter, and Haunted Garage, featuring interviews with members of L7, Guar, Faith No More, 45 Grave, Christian Death, Dwarves, and for you horror fans, Scream Queen legends Brink Stevens and Michelle Bauer, director Fred Olin Ray, and so much more. Stay tuned for news, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment below here on YouTube. And if you're watching live, join in on the conversation. And I think it's about time to start the show. Let's roll the theme song, which is actually available on my latest album, Quarantine Dream, which you can buy tomorrow. I would open a tab to Bandcamp, vonesper.bandcamp.com. And tomorrow, when you open your computer, buy it on Bandcamp Friday, the way it should be. So let's roll the theme song, and we'll see you on this other side with Charles D. Lincoln. Let's do this. What year is it? 2026. It's the first episode of the year. And it's going to be an interesting one. So let's do it. VonPod.
VonPod. Welcome to VonPod. I've got chicken heads and deli creeps, scary monsters and super creeps on VonPod. You're listening to VonPod. With aliens and scum dogs, I hope you're here to chat along to VonPod. You can watch and chat with us live. VonPod. Like and share and listening to VonPod. It's always a surprise. You're watching VonPod. VonPod.
Hello, Charles. Welcome back to the show.
Hey there. Is that a new theme song? Or you had that one for a while? I don't remember that one last time I was on.
I don't think it's changed. It may be mixed better. And
okay.
And I keep changing up, the visuals when I get more guests.
Okay.
But I don't know. I didn't have one for a while, so probably the first time you were on, I might not even had a theme song yet.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, that's on my album, Quarantine Dream. Get it on Bandcamp Friday, along with all the favorite music from your other local, non-corporate artists. Tomorrow's the day to do it, Bandcamp Friday. What's happening? How is your year so far?
It's been a year.
I know
Is it
it's
over
been.
yet?
I know it's kind of like a whirlwind.
We are not in a good place. Everything is awful. But if you want to feel a little bit better about how awful the world is, you can go watch my film.
Yes, which I mean, well, that's an interesting conversation to have.
Yes.
Uh,
The feel-good film of 2026.
yeah, and I saw it was actually one of your favorites too.
Yes, exactly.
We'll get
I
into
mean,
that later.
You know, it was, you know, I had to be honest about it. So
That's true.
yeah, but yeah,
I mean,
no, it's basically been just a weird year. I've been watching my friend's cat and just spending time in Philly and hanging out and just, you know, before going back to the grind pretty soon.
yeah.
So that's
Well,
pretty.
here's what we're talking about.
Yep.
Bishop's Cove is now streaming on Amazon Prime Video. Last time you were here, it had just come out or was
It had
just about to
just
come
been
out.
in festivals and stuff
Right.
like that. So like just people who went to like horror conventions and stuff could watch it. Now everyone can.
It's very bloody.
It's
I guess how would you? What's your elevator pitch for Bishop's Cove?
Well, it's basically, as I said, the feel-good film of 2026. It's basically about a woman.
As you can see from the picture here, of course.
Oh, how awesome is that artwork, by the way? I was so
really
impressed.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah, the people at Desk Pop came up with that. It's you know,
accurate.
And it's all clips from the film. It's not like they, you know, made like you know, like you look at, say, the box of Last House at the Left, and there's a random house in there, like that looks like a spooky old mansion, and I'm like, wait, that house isn't in the movie at all. You know, that very. If you look at a lot of like 90s and early 2000s box art and stuff, they have a lot of stuff that isn't in the actual movie on their cover. So I'm very happy. Everything on the cover is in the film. You know, but yeah, it's basically about a woman named Heather who has kind of a really good life going on, and she's got her shit together. And basically what ends up happening is someone visits her, tells her that her ex-girlfriend died. Her ex-girlfriend from like years and years when she was a teenager died, and is asked to deliver the ashes to her parents. And absolutely nothing goes wrong. And
no, it's puppy dogs and rainbows and lollipops.
Yep, I felt it was very important to make a movie with no tension whatsoever.
Yeah,
everything just goes right for our protagonist.
Yeah, well, you touched on something I want to expand upon before, which was like everything around us is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So how does that maybe affect your art, or does it affect your art, or like
it completely
you know, I feel like I immerse myself into things that make me happy, you know, just to get by day to day with something that makes you smile, you know, in opposition
I have those
of everything else that's happening around us. How do you feel about that?
I have those too. I mean, I recently discovered the Northern Boys, who are like these two like 70-year-old men who just rap about doing crack all the time, and something about it is hilarious to me.
Okay,
you know, when one of the choruses of one of the songs is, "Do you want to make love to a sad old man?" I kind of love that. It's like the lyrics are so depressing they become hilarious.
Right. Is it supposed to be funny, or do you
I think it's supposed to be funny. You know, but yeah, so I have a bunch of things, and I also discovered the Dream Eaters recently.
Oh yeah, what's that? It sounds cool. It's a cool name.
It's a two-person band, this man and this woman, and they have just these ridiculous songs. There's a song called "Fuck My Skull," which It sounds
Charles.
yeah, well, it sounds like the opposite perspective of Skulls from the Misfits, but it's
Yo, let me tell you a story. I mean, I saw the Misfits at Madison Square Garden, totally sold out. October, Halloween, 2019, right before the pandemic. And you don't realize how kind of scary and misogynistic Glenn Danzig songs are until you hear like thousands of people yelling it at the same. I mean, there's not one person in there that wasn't screaming the lyrics to that song.
about hacking the heads
you
off
know?
little girls and put them on my wall.
Or "Mommy, Can I Go Out and Kill Tonight?" I mean, you're just like, and I brought one of my friends who's a woman, and of course she had a good time and everything, but I was just like, oh, this is kind of awkward.
You want to know what my favorite thing is to see people like the reaction videos of people who haven't listened to the Misfits listen to Last Caress.
I do sometimes do that. Yeah, but the shock is over in like 2 seconds. It doesn't get worse than the first line.
Yeah. I watched some podcast where they said that Jerry Only was changing the lyrics of that song.
I think
when
that's
they play
true.
live.
Yeah.
To like, I fed your baby today or something like that. And I'm what? Don't play the song.
Maybe I loved your mother.
Yeah.
Like
I got
that.
something to say. Because
he does it for the kids, but you know, with Danzig back in the picture, of course, it's going back to just all murder, all guts, all fun. You know,
I was very nice to your mother today. Doesn't matter much to me, but I brought her bread. Like I don't know.
Right. Yes, I bought her bread is totally the lyrics.
Yes, but yeah, no, there's that's one of the funny things. Like, my friend Tibby and I have spoken about this, about how different
our mutual friend Tibby, past guest on the show.
Yeah, about
and
how
collaborator to both of us.
How different the culture is. How that you would get a completely different audience if you were to go and say have a song with Bullet, like the lyrics to Bullet as your
yeah.
But yeah,
I'm waiting for the next wave of bands. It's time. Look at the political environment. Where are the next Misfits and Dead Kennedys?
I don't know. Kids, I feel old now because I'm like, are kids even like listening to music?
I mean,
anymore?
maybe it's out there and I just don't know about it. In which case, like, someone should educate me because I want to know what's.
Like most of the bands I've been listening to now, like I've started listening to Poppy. The Dream Eaters, as I said, is like this duo from Brooklyn, and all their songs are just incredibly messed up, but in a way that they sound like they're doing. Excuse me. And it sounds like they're doing some sort of like youth revival show or something like that. I also heard recently, just because I found it hilarious, was Driving Mrs. Satan.
Wait, what's that?
It is, they just do covers of songs, but they're done like a band that would play at like Lilith Fair or something. So imagine like
AC's acoustic album.
Yes, like imagine like
that?
Imagine like strumming guitar and pleasant female vocals for like South of Heaven and Battery and all these different, so what's really funny is they do Never Say Die from Black Sabbath, and which was always a way too optimistic song from Black Sabbath, and you hear it and it's like, this just sounds like what the song was supposed to sound like in the first place. Because I'm not particularly fond of that particular of the last two albums with Ozzy from from the 70s from Sabbath.
I don't know if I've ever like really listened to them.
You shouldn't.
Okay, fair enough.
You shouldn't listen. Like, if you really want to have a bad time,
they were too far into their cups at the time, or something.
Oh my God, Technical Ecstasy sounds like they're trying to be a prog band.
Well, didn't they try to do that kind of like?
That's what that album was. Yeah, right. It was because I was reading.
Yeah, but without stuff like that, we would never have Spinal Tap.
I guess, but it's like the last thing in the world I wanted to hear is oh my God, that's such a bad album. It's so bad.
Maybe that's why I never revisited it.
Yeah, don't. It's one of those things. It even has like the weird like artwork and stuff where it looks like they're trying to be futuristic, but in a way that like only was in the 70s. So, but yeah, no, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff I listen to try to be a little bit happier. I have always been fairly political because I grew up in the 80s with a father who did porn. So the Mies Commission,
Charles.
the Mies Commission on pornography was like tapping our phones, and you know the FBI would be raiding the offices of my father's.
What is this? The Reagan administration?
Yes. Yeah. So you grow up fairly political when that sort of thing is happening to you, like as a child. And so, you know, I've been always very politically aware. It's kind of why I gravitated to like punk and when I got into metal, it wasn't like that, you know, hey babe, I want to do you type metal. It was like thrash and things like that, where they were more political and singing about what was going on in the world. So you know, my work tends to be somewhat political, except maybe the new project I'm doing, and I'm sure there'll be some political subtext in there anyway of me. There is. Never mind.
Well, I was going to say, like, is the politics of today influencing you at all right now?
Yes. There's a subplot in there that I don't want to give things away, but considering that it's a subplot I took from an old script of mine, I find it very funny how timely it has become.
Right.
So, but yeah, you know, so Bishop's Cove, it isn't so much an escape from what's going on in the world as more of kind of bringing up.
Let me show some pictures, some stills.
There you go. That's Emily
Maybe
McKinley
you can
Hill.
tell me what's going on here.
Yeah, that's Emily McKinley Hill getting bad news. And she is unhappy about it. That's Emily again. Wearing a shirt that she put some grape juice on. There was a horrible spill, and it ruined the shirt. It ruined the shirt so much.
Well, it gave the shirt character.
Yes.
Right? Is it supposed to be blood or?
Yes, Kevin. It's supposed to be
blood. Blood in a Charles film? No way.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine. You know, that's Emily again.
There's a lot of blood in this film.
There's also a lot of Emily in this film because Emily is our lead character.
I see that.
Yeah, so a lot of these pictures are probably going to have Emily in them in some way or another.
Let's see. Is this one? Who's that?
That's Emily's foot on broken glass. That was
God.
One of the first.
I told you guys the feel-good movie of the year.
Yeah, exactly. One of the first scenes I wrote actually was this scene.
Wow. And then did this like when you first write a scene, does it set the tone for the rest of it, or how does that work for
kind
you?
of. I will write something like I will write the scenes that pop into my head first, and then I'll do the connective tissue and kind of make a story from the scenes that have popped into my head. So this was the first one just because this visual's been in my head for years and years. I think it first popped up while I was playing Silent Hill 3 of all things, and then it became this.
Yeah, and you still play Silent Hill, or?
Oh yeah, I just played Silent Hill F.
I'm like so out of the loop with video games, but somebody was telling me the other day they were watching YouTube videos on, I don't know if this is the right wording, but like out of bounds areas and stuff like that. Like, what's the story with that kind of stuff?
In Silent Hill? I'm not really sure.
Is that no? Oh, maybe it's something you could explore.
Maybe it sounds like someone discovering glitches in the game.
Yeah,
is what it is. Yeah,
that's what I think it is. But I'm like, I wonder what that is, and like, does that make it creepier? I always thought glitches in games were like really creepy.
I don't know. I know my my old guitar player in my old band, his little brother used to just spend his days all day just looking for glitches in video games.
Yeah,
and we always
did he find them?
Yes, he found quite a lot, but we always thought that was something that was weird about him. he didn't play games to play them or to experience the story or anything. He played them to like find out, if I go here, like everything, like, well, the game will shut down.
Yeah, I wonder what that's like in modern day. Because for me, it was like, Super Nintendo games and stuff like that. It was kind of like limited into what like is happening on screen.
I mean, for me, it's not fun because it'll be stuff like, I just fell through the floor.
Right.
I hope they patch this game soon so I don't keep falling through the floor.
Yeah.
So that's
because you want the story. You're in it for the story.
Oh yeah, no, I am. I play games for the narrative. I'm not like playing Call of Duty to be like the fucking gun shooting various brown people. I'm playing like narrative titles like horror games or Silent Hill, the new Resident Evil. I'm really excited about stuff like that. Even I've been playing Outlast Trials, which is this online game, but it's literally about like the CIA MK Ultra program and people and like kidnapping homeless people to make them like that's literally the plot of the
are
game.
You the victim or are you the kidnapper?
No, that you are one of like the homeless people who've been like kidnapped, and all the stuff you do in the game are trials you're being put through by a big corporation that has CIA contracts. And I was like, I love that this is someone made a game of that.
Interesting.
Because
what's the vibe of it like?
Oh, it is dark as all hell. I actually I play it online with one of our actors who's going to be in my next film. This wonderful, hilarious actress named Amy Fess and I will play it, and it's a lot of gore, a lot more nudity than you would expect in a video game. When you're at one point hunted by like a 7-foot like elderly lady with like night vision goggles. A 7-foot nude elderly lady with like night vision goggles welded to her head.
Okay.
That's one of the things that gets sent at you in the game. It's really like a weird and dark and kind of disturbed game. But I'm all for it. I love getting to, number one, it's pretty friggin' scary, and number two, I love the whole storyline behind it and just all the dark things that are going on in there. And all at the same time, I kind of hope that someone who's never heard about MK Ultra or Project Paperclip or any of those sort of things that the game touches on, I kind of hope that some kid out there who's never heard of these might go and like start looking that stuff up and learn a little bit more about the world.
It's a wormhole.
Yeah, well, that's what I consider, like, that's why my stuff is political. Like the vampire movie we did, Teresa and Allison.
Yes.
It's a movie about class inequality, but that's the subtext.
Right.
I'm not, if I had made just a movie about class inequality, like very obviously, like 4 political science students at NYU would be the only ones who saw it, and nobody else
that's
would.
Very George Romero of you,
Yes. Well, that's
and that's like the classic template for something like that is the zombies and.
That's why horror is one of my favorite genres, because you can express everything in it. You can express interpersonal relationships. You can express politics. You can express your own personal feelings. You can express so much in it. Some people do it to lay bare their own fears and confront them. Some people do it like I do it, where I try to raise awareness about different things and try to make people, feel things, and usually really bad, upsetting things, but I want them to feel things.
It's still a sort of catharsis.
Yeah, and that's exactly the thing, is I want catharsis, and I also want people to maybe think about the things they're seeing and do some research later on if they're interested enough in kind of what we're trying to represent on there. And tell me
a few more from Bishop's Cove, like what how does this movie relate to that?
Well, right here you have our little squatter punk flashback of Anna Paulette as Catalonia and Willow Lottenberg as the young version of Heather. Not looking great at all. They're having a bad time.
They're having some issues.
Yeah, but at the same time, you can't tell me that you didn't see people who looked exactly like this on like St. Mark's Place in like the early 2000s and stuff. So, I think we did a great. Number one, the clothes are authentic. One of my friends who was from those days let us utilize a lot of their clothes as wardrobe from back in the day. So, you've got all like patches of bands that haven't existed in 20 years, and everybody just looking as much like an early 2000 crust punk as possible. And so I'm real proud of the look there. But yeah, this is Catalonia and young Heather Once again, not having a good day. That's kind of a theme. Every picture you show. That's
you, right?
Yeah, that's me with my like asshole like early 2000s facial hair. I actually had problems finding this character, even though I wrote him.
Oh, really? Did you write it for yourself? Did you know you were going to play this role?
I wrote it, and then as it went on, I was like, this is a pretty extreme thing. I might want to have someone that I can trust and know that will be like safe with the actors. So I kind of I cast myself
yeah,
there.
because there's definitely some vulnerable scenes.
There's some really exactly. But Anna and I are really good friends, and we are we're close enough, and we were able to discuss everything and make sure that like as opposed to like say someone she didn't know, it might have been a lot more of an uncomfortable situation for her.
Definitely.
But yeah, no, I had no idea about where that character was until I shaved off the mustache and had that awful like Godsmack like facial hair or something, and it.
Oh yeah, that was the worst.
Oh yeah, no, it looks horrible, and I hated having to have this
just
in
the
my
whole
life
era.
I hated having to have this in my life for like a couple weeks until
I mean, I was young back then, but I was going to shows, and I remember people going to shows and just hanging out outside and not really going inside, and we called that the Godsmack era.
Yeah, no, it was not a good era. It was not a good era for music, and it was not a good era for facial hair. But
yeah,
once I gave myself the asshole facial hair, I found the character immediately, and I'm like, oh my god.
So did you like do different shaves
like.
on your face until you found it, like, and then had to let it grow back and then do it again, or
yeah?
What
like
was were you?
A couple months beforehand, I was because I like to do extensive rehearsals, and a couple months beforehand, I kind of experimented with different looks and stuff until I finally found who he looked like.
Yeah,
I had kind of based him on two people. One was this guy that I used to call H.G. Wells, who used to show up in the 90s at this like Satanist kid who used to show up at Barnes and Noble all the time. And he used to wear like brown tweed and shit. So that's why I referred to him as H.G. Wells. And then I based him on a drug dealer that was my friend's dealer, who I was unfortunate enough to meet because I thought the guy was a complete asshole. And thus I based the character on those two people put together.
Perfect.
Yeah. Here is if you have ever been to a party, you know this. Ever been to a party with punk kids, you get the crust kid giving you the weird conspiracy theories. And
what were the conspiracy theories of this day?
In this particular scene, it's actually I'll just say it's actually more of an Easter egg than anything because it's connected to one of my other films, one of my other projects. The conspiracy she's talking about is actually something that happens in something else I wrote.
Right. Yes, because you have your own little universe going on.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought it was funny if we're gonna do that to kind of let them in there. That is Kim Gonza playing our crust punk kid Newt. Just talking your ear off at a party about just various stuff. We had wanted her to have a dog. As you know, if you've ever been on St. Mark's Place, you see the crust punk kids with their dogs.
They always have a dog.
Yes, we had wanted to give her a dog, but the dog that we had, it wasn't able to come. It got it ate something and got sick the day we were supposed to shoot. So. Thankfully it was fine afterwards, but when the day we had to shoot, it was not feeling well.
Yeah, can't abuse your animals. And of course more just total brightness of the sun here, like
you know what,
I can't believe how bright your film is, and
I will tell you
how good it's making me feel.
The Joyless is happy. The Joyless has a smile on her face, and
that's a take.
Yes, and sure, it's because she has the dental retractor in her mouth that makes her mouth smile all the time, but she is smiling. She is
See, there are definitely lots of smiles in this movie, and this is one of them.
Yes, this is one of our demons, which I'm very proud of the practical effects we have.
It's very creepy, I can tell you guys.
Oh
it's
yeah,
very creepy.
And Chelsea there with the mask on so that she doesn't get any germs. The Nameless over on the right.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Chelsea in the
Mhm.
background.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's going on here? Something. It looks like a really fun party.
Yeah,
They're
honestly,
having cake
yeah,
or
this is I love this shot because it looks like it'd be on the back of like a 1970s horror film that you would
Mhm.
get on like VHS or something. So I'm not going to spoil anything as to what happens in this scene, but things are not good. Things are
go
not
watch
good
it on
for our
Amazon
lead.
Prime.
Yes, download
Available
it. Not
now.
download it. You
Don't
can stream
download
it on
it.
Amazon Prime.
And of course,
Um,
look, more smiles. Look at how
yep,
happy she is.
exactly. Chelsea as the Nameless is so happy in this film, and really, if you can, if anyone can be, if at least one character can be happy, I think we've done our job.
Yeah. And this might be the last one. I'm not sure.
This is I don't want to spoil what's happening in this scene. But the composition of this, I love this still because I think it shows how incredibly talented our DP Christopher By was, because this is an artistic shot of really horrible things happening. This is,
It looks appetizing.
yeah, well, there was food happening at the same time that really bad things are happening. But I love the composition of the napkin and the body
Yeah.
under the
And it's
glass.
neatly folded napkin. Like that's
Yeah, the body under the glass, and
That's the
slightly
details.
covered by the food. I think it's one of the things I absolutely love how the film looks.
Yeah. It's very cool. And it's very red. Like what inspired all the redness? Or is
That's
that like
just
a theme or just it's worked
that's
with
really just what happens when you use the lighting that we used in that particular scene. So
Gotcha.
you get a lot of red in there.
Yeah. And then I don't
That
know
is
what film
me.
this is from, but
That
this is a
is
great image of
actually
you.
that is actually me. And then you can see the hair growing back because I had shaved for the character of Jay. But that is actually one of the deleted scenes in the film that I am
Oh,
watching.
I thought this was a behind the scenes.
It is a
picture.
behind the scenes, but the scene that we are
Okay.
watching is one of the
Oh.
deleted scenes, which you can actually find on my YouTube channel. We have
Which is in the description below, and
Yeah.
along with the link to watch the
Mhm.
movie.
Yeah, we have 25 minutes of deleted scenes, which you should obviously watch the movie first.
Right.
But if you happen to enjoy it and you want to know a little bit more about the supporting characters and stuff like that, you can go and check out our little playlist of deleted scenes on there.
Check it out. So
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about your next movie soon, but I want to take a little pivot, just do some random. I pulled some
Sure.
pictures from your Facebook of your past, and
Uh-oh. Sure.
yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything too embarrassing.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I
I'm not
do-
embarrassed about my
Okay,
my
good.
past.
I
I'm
just,
like,
I
oh,
think this
no.
could provoke some interesting conversation.
Yes.
I
All
don't
right.
think this one's that old, but you're looking pretty. You got your little battle axe here. What's happening on this?
Oh, this
one?
was me just doing work on Gotham.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I played a biker on that.
God,
That
I
was,
totally forgot about that show.
Yeah, that was me wearing 25 pounds of leather in 93-degree weather.
And did they
Um,
give you that axe from the prop department or what?
Yes. Yes.
Uh-huh. Did you have like
that
a
was in
character
the final
name or?
season. I don't even remember, but that was like all of us had names, but it was on our like jackets and stuff. So
Yeah,
Um,
I forgot all
I
my
was-
friends were in that show. And
yeah, I was basically just a henchman for the Penguin
right on.
in the final season of the show.
Okay,
it was
I think
Robin, I forget what his last name is, but who plays the Penguin is incredibly nice. I was there the last day of shooting, and he even went and like was talking to the extras and taking pictures with them and everything. So he was
I just
really,
remember
really
Paul
nice.
Rubens played his father, right?
Yes,
was
as
very
kind of a
cool.
callback to Batman Returns.
Yeah, right,
Yes.
exactly.
hmm
All right, I think we're going way back. Looks like some Goth
Jesus
Club
Christ.
days.
Yeah, this is definitely like Goth
So
Club days. When I
what-
was in my 20s.
What era was this, and what? Like, I want to ask you, like, what goth clubs and events you were going to back then.
I'm pretty sure this is Batcave.
I was pretty sure it was.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Not
sure.
that I recognize it. It just seems like the place that you would be at that time.
I was at Batcave. I really loved the bank.
Mhm.
I
Right
went
next
to
door to the Mercury Lounge.
Yeah,
right?
I went to
Every second
Mother-
Saturday.
I went to Mother once and I found everyone really pretentious, so I didn't come back. Like someone tried to tell me I was dancing wrong.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is like you can't dance wrong. That's kind of how dance works.
That's funny. Oh,
you know,
no.
unless I'm doing a production of Swan Lake, there's no way I'm actually. You cannot tell someone whether their dance is right or wrong.
Yeah, you can think it, but just don't say it.
You know, but yeah, it was just very pretentious.
Well, no, we're very accepting in our scene, I think.
Uber gothy people who mostly left the scene by now.
Right.
I don't even. I assume they're all stockbrokers now.
Right. Yeah. pivot in their life.
Or doing crypto. This is an old Dark Eden picture.
This is your band, right? One of your
my
bands?
old band. This was at what is Arlene's Grocery? We took this.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
This was at Arlene's Grocery.
I love Arlene's.
We had good sound there.
Yeah,
we had really good sound, but then we got the recording of it. All I heard was my vocals and the bass.
Yeah, soundboard recordings are always.
Yeah, I absolutely like when we're on stage. It sounded great, but then getting the soundboard recordings, I'm like, oh, this sounds awful.
It's not always representative of how you actually sound.
Yeah,
you know?
But yeah, this is one of the early lineups of Dark Eden back in the day when I was a young boy with abs.
Yes, I think that was something that you said about this picture when you posted it too.
Yes, I'm literally jealous of the abs that I had in this picture. Because my stomach certainly does not look like that these days.
Yeah, age is time is an illusion.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I had this was a lineup I was very fond of, even though Klebold, my longtime guitar player, he played with us at this show, but he was not in this picture.
And was there like any kind of theme or concept to this band, or?
It was basically whatever the hell I wanted to play. We just, it was one of the things I loved about Dark Eden was that we were very like, we had no genre. It was like death metal mixed with goth, mixed with like industrial, mixed with, Slayer. I don't even say thrash. I say Slayer.
Right.
Because it was
very specific.
There's so much Slayer in the music. It's not even funny. And I was very influeenced by Mike Patton, so my vocals would range on different stuff. There'd be times where I would sing, times I would growl, times I would sing, I would scream.
He's a very inspiring person.
Yeah,
performer, artist,
Oh yeah, no, I honestly would say I think Mike Patton is the best vocalist alive today.
Did you see Mr. Bungle played Retro Vertigo recently?
No, I haven't. See, that's the problem is I haven't really been paying attention to their live shows because they've just been doing like their high school demo.
I know, which I think, they can start phasing that out, in my opinion. Like it was cool, but now it's been like 5 years of it, and you're like, okay, how about this awesome band you put together with Scott Ian and Dave Lombardo? How about you play quote unquote now?
Yeah, I would love to hear them. Yeah, like I would go to see them live. I haven't really seen shows in a couple of years, but I would go to see them live if I knew they were going to play stuff from like Disco Violante and the first album and stuff. But I don't really need to hear the Raging Wrath of the Easter Bunny or whatever that album is called.
It was cool. I mean, I saw it once, but they did it. My Ass Is on Fire, so they're slowly one by one, like maybe one per show or tour. They're kind of like sneaking in there,
Yeah, but I that's the Mr. Bungle I like. I like when Mr. Bungle was just weird and did every.
Disco Volante is a masterpiece of weirdness.
Oh my god, that is such an amazing album.
Yeah.
Carry Stress in the Jaw. Like it's one of those things I remember listening to it with an early lineup, and everyone was kind of shocked at how this is silly and funny, but you have to be so incredibly talented to play it.
It's so complex, for sure. It's
it's not like,
especially like you said, Carry Stress in the Jaw, that whole like jazz, or I don't know what you would call it, that part.
There's like the free form, like
knees,
Yeah, it's
but like I know it so well I can hum the whole thing.
I love that. I love Merry Go Bye Bye.
That's my favorite song.
Yes, with the most extreme tempo change I think in music history, where it goes from like this kind of like crooning Elvis-like song to suddenly sounding like Napalm Death in the middle of a measure.
Yeah, it's
which
so
is
good.
amazing.
Because whenever they commit to anything they do, like they do it perfectly. And the beginning of that song is a perfect pop song.
Yeah.
And then it's a perfect thrash song. And then it's
Yeah.
like whatever the ending is with like, it's very pretty,
It
you know?
gets very gospel at the end.
Yeah, gospel's a good way to do it.
It gets very gospel at the end. But no,
Yeah.
I love that. I even loved California as an album.
Yeah.
Like those sort of things, even though it's a more mellow album, like that's what I want to hear from Mr. Bungle is. I want to hear like all their weird, stuff that takes 9 people to play.
Yeah.
Not so much their like thrash
They
album.
can still dumb it down a
they
little
made
bit
in
and
the
play it
90s.
with 5 people.
I guess.
That was an
I
8.
guess.
No, that stuff's from the 80s. The Raging Rap
that's
material.
true. Yeah.
Like from 85 probably.
Oh my
like they were a band for a while before they got signed, Like they were like formed in high school.
Yeah, when did Epic come out from Faith No More?
1990, I think.
Okay, yeah, then it definitely would have been the 80s.
Like they probably recorded it in 89, but
Mhm.
like that pretty much jumped in the 90s off. Like that sparked to the 90s, that song.
Yeah, like for me, I was not into The Real Thing.
Really?
I'm not. I don't really like. I've grown to appreciate that album now, but when I was like a kid, I didn't like that album at all.
Oh, I loved it.
So when Angel Dust came out, I didn't really pay much attention to it until I heard some college radio station where the DJ was being fired.
Okay.
He was being fired, so he just played the entire Angel Dust album, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" And
I think it's got some amazing songs on it, and I can't discredit it for the amount of influence it's had, but I don't think it's totally balanced. There's a couple songs I could do without on there.
Yeah, it is my favorite album of all time.
Really?
Yes. In fact, I will
Even
tell you,
RV.
I love RV because it's
I
so
don't
weird.
like that song. I hate
so
that song.
weird,
It ruins the flow for me.
Stupider,
Yeah,
like,
I mean it's
love
funny,
that
it's
song.
interesting, but I don't know.
Yeah, but I will tell you. In fact, back in the Dark Eden days, we had a guy who was trying out for bass, and there were 2 albums in his car, and this test was what made him not become part of the band. Because I looked at it as a test. There were 2 CDs in his car. One was Faith No More's Angel Dust. The other was, I think it was Animalize or something like that from Kiss.
Mm-hmm.
And I am not a Kiss fan. In fact, I kind of actively hate Kiss.
What?
I do. The only Kiss
What do you have
album
against Kiss?
Oh, so much.
I mean, it's not all great, but like their influence is monumental, and I think there's some really good songs in there.
I will tell you the only
I don't know about Animalize. I don't know about the 80s Kiss or whatever that was.
The only Kiss album I like is the one all the Kiss fans hate, which is the Elder stuff.
The Elder Scrolls or something like
something like that. When they tried when they tried to go serious with their style and all their fans hated it, and like
I don't know if I ever listened to it, but that's what I've heard. Yeah, it's either like a love or hate situation.
It's an album that sounds like Kiss trying to be Manowar, and it's kind of like has its own charm in its own way. But yeah, it's he had the choice of Animalize or Angel Dust, and he chose Animalize, and I was like, I can never hire this person.
Oh. But he was so close. I mean, it's like that or your favorite album of all time. I mean, that's pretty close.
I mean, if you put an album I absolutely hate versus my favorite album of all time. So, and I mean, I have a very weird like top 5 albums anyway. So
what's your top 5 albums? I mean, so Angel Dust is number 1.
Angel Dust is number 1. November Coming Fire from Samhain is
that's how you say it.
That's how Glenn says it because no one could pronounce Samhain.
Yeah,
so,
I know.
So they just started calling the band Samhain.
Samhain.
Walk Among Us from the Misfits is on there.
So 2 Danzig albums.
Left Hand Path from Entombed, which I think is the best.
One.
It's the best death metal album that's ever been recorded, and it's the only one that only one of 2 death metal albums that I still listen to.
Okay.
And Remanufacture from Fear Factory, which I think is just an absolutely brilliant album, and it's Fear Factory are the band that made me realize I could do more than growl, and that I could actually sing.
That sound. I mean, I never really fully got into them. Maybe I should still now, but that sound was so awesome. Like nobody had really done that before.
I'll say I'm not so much a Fear Factory fan as I am a Remanufacture fan.
Right, that's fair. That's fair.
And the song Scapegoat from their first album. Those are like the really good Fear Factory, and then it becomes like a thing, like the album Obsolete. I can't name few a friggin' song off that album. But yeah, like that's kind of where.
What do you think of Brujeria? That's the real question. Because then that takes Fear Factory and Faith No More and puts them together.
Yeah, that's the type of stuff I listened to when I was younger. It's not really like stuff that I listen to now.
Yeah, those two albums were really good. I don't know what they've done since then. A lot of the members of that band have like died over the past couple of years.
Well, I mean, that's
well, whoever is in the lineup now, the singer,
exactly. Yeah,
the singer died, which is pretty sad.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of that's me in the old days performing.
You still have those pants?
No, I do not. I do not. But I have those. Those are amazing abs. Once again.
Is this the same band?
Yes.
And where was this?
This was, oh my God, what was this place? This place was on, I can tell you where it was. It was on like First Avenue and 90th or something like that. And
90th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I remember
Where was that, like near Harlem?
No, on the east side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, Harlem you'd have to be on the west side. So
okay.
But this was oh my God, I forget what it was, but they had like dancing girls on like the bar and stuff. And so, you had like the girls in thongs like dancing all over the bar and stuff while we performed. And I remember after this show getting really drunk and going on Fifth Avenue in like 96 where all like the ritzy apartments were, and going to an apartment and pressing every button on one of the buildings at like 3 a.m. And someone answered and they were like, "Who is this?" And because I was drunk, I started going on about how it's the proletariat at your door. Coming to redistribute your wealth. And so
you troublemaker.
Yeah, I suddenly thought it would be really funny to start being very communist while this is my second band. This was Nemesis Imperium. We only played a couple shows. You were at one of them when you heard us do Earth AD. You were at the final show we did.
I was.
And Queens, yes. Where we did Earth AD and you were there getting into it. That was
Where
the
was
show.
that? Was that at Gussie's?
Yes, it was.
Because I have a picture here from Gussie's, and I wanted to talk about Gussie's because I used to live like 2 blocks away from it.
Yeah,
and I don't think they do shows there anymore for a while.
I don't think so. I mean, well, Kevin Castle is the one who put this show together, and he passed away last year. Okay. And that's my old keyboard player Camilla, who worked.
I was at this show.
Yes, you were at this show.
I'm gonna take your word for it.
Yeah, this was the final Nemesis Imperium show and the final show of any band for me.
Is there video of this?
There is, that I deleted because the audio is just like a because when like you get like that bad cell phone audio where it's just like the bass and you can't the bass like turned up all the way and it just sounds like mud. That's what the audio is. Yeah.
Gussie's was such a funny place. It was like a 15-year-old's bedroom, but as a bar.
Yeah, it was also a show that like I hated that like so many people don't like to go to Queens. We had more people who were willing to go to the Bronx than to Queens, and that kind of bothered me.
I always said about Astoria, like the only thing it really needs is like a legit venue where like they can book, national acts. So like not like huge ones, but like, there was Blackthorn, but that was a little too far.
Yeah.
That wasn't in Astoria. So what we had in Astoria was this place, and it was like, okay, I guess I'll accept this.
Yeah, it was just.
It was not a destination, man. People did not want to go there, and it was not hard. It was hard to get to.
Exactly. Everyone who was there to see us was just local people. No one from Manhattan.
I must have walked there.
Come.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one from Manhattan wanted to come. No one from Brooklyn wanted to come. They're all like, "Oh, we'll catch you when you play in like Brooklyn or Manhattan."
That's so funny.
And it just, it was one of those things. I actually realized it's the only show I've ever played in Queens. And it kind of made me at the time be like, yep, no, we're never playing Queens again.
I played Gussie's at least twice, maybe 3 times. I forget. There was some really bad green Jello shows there.
It was not a great venue. They were
but
really...
it was very close to me.
For all of us in Queens.
It wasn't a great venue. It was a bar with a stage.
Yeah.
And a Madonna poster in the back room.
The only place I've ever played where we had less of an audience was when we played in Red Hook. I don't even remember what the name of the place was, but we played at Red Hook during the MTA strike. So literally,
in Brooklyn?
Yes.
Was Red Hook, called Brooklyn. The Hook?
Yes.
I've been there once. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I saw. He was, I think, maybe choking victim or leftover crack. One of them I saw there once.
Yeah. We
with
played
World
there.
Inferno.
It was the MTA strike, so no one could get to us. And yet this girl who was obsessed with me was like the only person for any of the bands. Of the bands at all. There was one person. Every band was just playing to the other bands because none of our audiences could get to see us. Except
Do you
for
remember who else played?
No, I do not. I don't. But I remember the one person in the audience for any of the bands was the girl who was obsessed with me.
Oh boy!
And everybody, and every other show, every other performance, it was like us in the audience for other bands and other bands in the audience for us because it was the MTA strike.
That's how it goes sometimes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, playing during an MTA strike. It was fun though because we were like, we can do anything. No one's watching us.
Yeah, totally. There's definitely a freedom there.
Yeah, I remember I played bass at that show because we had our bass player Dio, who became our long-term, bass player. But he had just
liked
joined.
Kiss too much.
No, he had just joined the band like 2 days before. Oh no,
he didn't know the songs.
He would actually be insulted if you said he liked Kiss. he was a very serious musician. To the point where there were times where we were like, are you sure you're in the right band, man? Like, you're really like the most talent. You're way too talented to be playing with us.
Right.
And he added just these amazing bass lines to stuff on the second Dark Eden album, where I would write these very simple bass lines and let him add it. And he would add these fills and scales and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, that sounds amazing. Just keep doing what you're doing, dude.
Is there any recordings that are still available from these bands that people can check out?
I'm hoping one day we can remaster the Dark Eden stuff and put that out there so people can hear it. I'm a retired musician, but I've considered playing a couple shows here and there before I get too like fat and old.
Right.
And before it looks embarrassing.
Totally.
To go out there and maybe play some stuff because I'm always writing music. It's just I'm not recording it or playing it for anybody.
What happens to it? Does it end up in your movies?
No, it's just in my head.
Oh, wow.
So it'll be when I die, it'll be
something
lost
with it
forever.
Yeah,
but yeah, well, I would need other musicians to perform with. Because I'm
right. Well, you could record it.
Here's the thing: is I'm not a big believer in like just recording stuff to record stuff, like because I don't really care about having an album out there. I already have 3 albums. I don't really care if I have another one. So it'll stay in my head unless I'm able to play shows. If I'm able to go out there and play shows, then it'll get because I always looked at albums as just a commercial for the live show. That I know some people have a very different view of it, but for me, anything I
think
recorded,
they're separate art forms.
Yeah,
but,
for me, because I was always bored in the studio. I hated recording stuff. I like having an audience in front of me and that the energy that they give you and just the immediate feedback from it. So albums to me were just like a necessary evil, where it's like, all right, we'll record this so people know what songs we're going to play.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah. That was that was always my philosophy towards it. And I know Klebold hated that. He loved recording and he was all like, oh my God, Charles is going to be miserable for like the 3 days we're recording. He's going to be miserable.
You can do it all at home now, man. You don't have to go to the studio anymore.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can. Like you can, I would, that's the thing. Like I have a few musician friends with home studios and
yeah,
I probably one day if we ever have time to sit down and like work on maybe some stuff that they've written, some stuff I've written. We can do some things, but it's not like a big priority because I'm primarily a filmmaker these days. But
Yes, and which we're going to get back to momentarily.
I do very much miss performing. I do.
Yeah, you're definitely a performer. Well, do you feel like acting is sort of scratches that itch a little bit?
It is, but I don't do it enough.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do it enough because unfortunately, when you start directing and producing stuff, people see you as a writer, director, and producer instead of an actor who is writing, directing, and producing.
Right.
So the last thing I acted in was something for Chelsea, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a film version of a play she did called Girls Who Walk on Glass.
Is it out?
I have no idea. I don't pay attention.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
Go look it up on IMDb.
Yeah, I know I was playing this club owner, which was kind of, it's on my reel. That's all I cared about is, it's on my reel. And it was nice that I got to play someone who wasn't a complete and total scumbag, because that's usually who I play.
Well, you write your own scripts, man.
I do, but
why don't you write yourself a happy character to play?
I don't know. That would be. I was offered. I did this horror film in North Carolina a year or two ago. I'm waiting for it to come out. This like slasher, more like a Gallo film than a slasher. And which I'm very proud. I got my first death in there, so
nice.
I got to be killed. But I was originally written
How did you
to
die?
be. I'm not going to give that away.
Oh, okay.
But I was originally written to be this really nice character, and I was having trouble finding like this. He was so nice.
You got to get the right facial hair.
He was so incredibly nice. I was having trouble finding anything to like bite onto in this character, and then there was this other just complete scumbag in the script, and I commented to the director, I'm like, I mean, I could play that guy in my sleep, and he's like, do you want to play that guy? And I'm like, I guess, sure. So I once again playing another awful character. I guess I've just been surrounded by awful people so much. I know how to play them. Even though
you're here, I
have
to always bring this up, and we're gonna bring it up one more time. At least
Yes.
show some behind the scenes pictures. You can watch this on one of our last episodes. I don't know if the video exists anywhere else.
Well,
on
now
the
it's
internet
sad
right
because
now.
it has Paulie Cripple from Reagan Youth who passed away.
R.I.P. Paulie.
Yeah, Paulie's the guy in the
an
bathtub.
actor and also co-director and editor of this video.
Yeah.
Just a one-off. It's not even from a band or anything. I don't even know what it was for, really.
It was Tibby's like sexy Satan thing.
Yeah, but what? Like, I don't even think she remember. Like, we talked about it on her episode.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if she remembers what exactly this was for. Like, it wasn't like a project that continued or anything. But it was a fun project to do.
Yeah, I think it was the only song she did in that project.
And there's you about to sacrifice me.
Yep.
Well, ISIS is about to sacrifice me.
Yeah, I'm there just holding the big holy book with the.
I don't know. Yeah, you're just being like creepy as usual.
Yeah.
Which is great. It made for a great cinema.
Yeah. No, this was a lot of fun. As I've said many times.
Go check it out.
This is the day that made me be like, hey, I should get paid for this sort of thing. So I went.
That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
All right, and now we'll talk about your next movie. What's your next movie?
My next movie. Well, don't show the Indiegogo that isn't alive. That isn't live anymore.
Oh, that's your old movie. Here's all the other slides.
Yeah,
I want to promote all your other stuff too.
This is that's the 21st Century Demon Hunter novel, which is available. Right. You can get that if you go on the website for Barnes and Noble or
I do have
Amazon.
It on my shelf over there.
Yeah, if you go to any of those, anywhere you can order books online, you can order that book. And then same thing.
But also
with
a series, also available on DVD and Blu-ray and all that stuff.
Same thing with Teresa and Allison, which was the vampire film that I had put together.
It's bloody.
I produced it, I wrote it, and then the great Jeremiah Kipp is the one who directed it, because at the time I had no idea how to direct a film. So I had someone who is way more talented at it than I do it at the time, and I learned from him. I did second unit directing on the reshoots, and I was also assistant director on that film.
Oh, I didn't realize you didn't direct that one. I forgot.
No, I was just the writer and producer, and I played one of the lovely vampire characters in it, Tony, who's one of my. Tony was fun to play because Tony was based on like my parents' like pot dealer when I was a kid. So
okay, that's funny.
Yeah, well, the idea of it was if he became a vampire, what would he be like? And I tried to be like, well, what would he look like? And I'm like, well, vampires would kind of be unaware of like the different, they would try to update their look, but it wouldn't be precise. So I wanted him to also look like he's like dealing ecstasy at a rave in the 90s. So that was kind of.
I can say that I can confirm that is definitely the vibe that you bring to the party.
Yes, that was
role.
exactly the look I was going for. It was like 90s ecstasy dealer.
All right. Do you want to set up this clip? Do you want to tell us about this film?
Yeah, this is just something from my next film, Luna in Persia, which it's Bishop's Cove, which you can stream on Amazon Prime Video, was just such a dark and serious and really heartfelt film that I really expose a lot of my soul in that film. So I wanted to make something that was fun and weird and a little absurd. So I made Luna in Persia, which is basically about these two trailer park girls who like to party a lot and end up getting involved in like the supernatural once they have a one-night stand with the Greek god Zeus. And then like the FBI and juggalos and eldritch horrors and all these things are after them afterwards. So it's kind of designed to be like one of those movies that people like 20 years from now, like college kids will get really high and watch it on like a Friday night.
It's gonna be a cult classic. From the previews I saw,
yeah,
it's definitely more lighthearted. And I always was thinking like, okay, after these couple films that you've made, lighten it up a little bit. Like, let's see some more of the humor shine through.
Yeah,
and this definitely does that.
Yeah. Like this first scene, I'll just say, is based on a real conversation that a friend of mine had at a Wawa at like 3 a.m. with this girl who came in dressed very similar to this character. We basically just added the fur coat. Otherwise, this is what the character looked like. This girl just came in 3 a.m. wanting to buy beer. And so I heard that story and just it stuck with me for years and years and years. And I was like, I have to base a character on that person. And so here we have that person in this scene played by Piper Parks. It'll have a lot of people you're familiar with from my other stuff. Chelsea Lesage, Emily McKinley Hill from Bishop's Cove are in this film in very different roles than they played in Bishop's Cove, as well as Kitty Ostapowicz, who played one of the antagonists in Bishop's Cove, shows up in this as a meth head. So a lot of like my Demon Hunter cast and my Bishop's Cove cast, and even a couple Teresa and Allison people show up in this. And it's kind of fun to be able to do just this like very weird, it's dark, but not like in a depressing way. It's dark in just like a satirical, absurd way, like like hobo with a shotgun dark type,
That's so funny. I just watched a video about that yesterday.
Yeah, so that's kind of the style we're going for with this film. So you'll get to see, this is our introduction to Luna as played by Piper Parks. And going to get herself some beer.
You can already tell the tone.
Sir? I require beer.
Miss, you can't be dressed like that here.
And Lake Zabrowski as our clerk. He is the sound guy on Bishop's Cove, and he also has been in every project I've done, at like a little cameo roles.
Nice. See, there's the lollipops.
Yes, you're all kind of naked.
Naked.
Yes, miss.
I'm wearing the clothes specified on your sign.
The what?
The sign. The sign that says no shoes, no shirt, no service. This is a shirt. These are shoes. Yeah. If your sign had specified pants or shorts or skirt or any other thing covering my lady bits, I would obey, but it doesn't. So, I am completely within the legal parameters. Please, sir, beer.
ID, please.
Sorry, I ain't got no pockets, but thankfully there's nature's pockets.
Oh no, miss. Just take the beer. Just take the money.
Can I remind you, this is from a real conversation.
Yeah, I believe it.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Oh, wait, miss! Your hoodie has pockets!
Huh. I guess it does. I'll remember that next time.
I'm supposed to be here today.
I mean, he's a clerk. And that's how the
That's
film
your
starts.
cliffhanger.
Yes. And things go downhill from there.
Yes.
But yeah, that was.
I'm
like
excited
I
for this
said,
one, man. This one's gonna be cool.
Yeah, you've seen a bunch of different scenes of it. It's a wild
It's
ride.
wild. It's wild and unexpected, and there is juggalos, as you said. And I'm like, oh my god.
There's juggalos. There's martial artist priests. There's zombies. There's the FBI. There's, as I said, the Eldritch horrors. There's demons in the Vatican, and just all sorts
Yeah, there's
of
some priests going on.
Yeah. We three hard men of God, as they are called in this in the film. But yeah, I'm really excited. People will see that probably next year.
I was gonna say, yeah. What's the timeline on this for you?
Yeah, we're shooting it. We shot about 1/3 of the film. We're gonna shoot the next 2/3 this year, and then it'll be in festivals and stuff next year. And hopefully by the end of the year, people can buy it. So yeah, but it's a fun project. It's really nice, I think, mentally to be able to go from a dark, serious project like Bishop's Cove to something kind of absurd like this.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of just weird stories that happened in real life that I stuck into this film. Like I said, the 3 a.m. girl from Wawa who came in there with like no pants, wanting to buy beer. And then my friend not wanting to touch the money that she just whipped out of her panties. And so, and then literally saying the nature's pocket thing when she asked her for ID.
That's a good line. That's a good line, though.
It's a real line. That's what's amazing about it. Is someone literally said,
as Bad Religion always says, truth is stranger than fiction.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to Luna in Persia. You'll hear more about that. We'll be doing another kind of crowdfunding thing with the new kind of management and stuff that are behind that now. And
what are your favorite like indie or horror film festivals? And do you like hang out in those kind of places?
Oh, I mean, my absolute favorite is Days of the Dead. Days of the Dead. It treated us so incredibly well.
Where's that?
New Jersey HorrorCon is Days of the Dead. We went to Atlanta. They're in Atlanta. They're in Chicago. They're in Vegas.
Okay.
And I have not been to, and they're also in Indiana. I've not been to that one. We had representative representing us there. One of our actors was representing us there. But Days of the Dead Atlanta just treated us so incredibly well. it was such a wonderful time. Then there's New Jersey Horror Con, Chiller Theater, Fangoria, all those sort of, just Monster Mania, all those sort of really cool things. Excuse me. I'm hoping to kind of set up a table at some of the, because we're not going to have anything to show this year.
Right.
So I'm kind of hoping I can set up a table with maybe a little monitor and show people some more stuff this year if they come and buy, the films we previously, I put out.
I should have grabbed my props. I have them in the other room.
Yeah, so we'll see. I do hope to be at some of the festivals this year, just to kind of let people know, hey, I'm still here, and next year we're going to have a fun kind of horror comedy, sci-fi, mythological, just weird ass shit film. Because
I gotta start thinking about these things with my documentary,
Mhm.
which is almost done, pending legal stuff and things like that. But I do have a cut, everybody.
I just did an interview for a Grindhouse documentary recently.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, I don't usually do interviews about my dad, but I figured, let me do this one because the guy in charge of the documentary was really good. He's a really nice guy, and he's done the Shaka Go-Go Festival and stuff that we were a part of, and that I hosted the New York one in October. So I decided to do that, and I spoke a little bit about that, and then also a little bit about
that's nice,
the Grindhouse influence in my own stuff.
For sure. Yeah. And I mean, for people who don't know, your dad was in Last House on the Left, right?
Yes.
And
yes. He played Weasel.
Which is the first Wes Craven movie. Are you excited for Scream 7?
No.
But Matthew Lillard's back.
Yeah. I am an anomaly in the horror world in that I don't like the Scream films.
Not even the first one?
No, especially the first one. I didn't like it.
Especially the first one.
I did not like it. Yeah. There's it's just, I'm not gonna put down the film or whatever. It just wasn't for me.
It
wasn't my particular flavor of horror.
It defined the generation, I think, for me as a kid.
And I will tell you, I also have a kind of a grudge against it because of that movie, you had so much bad PG-13 horror that came from like 90 million filmmakers trying to rip off.
Blame the original,
Well, I do.
And that's Charles D. Lincoln, everybody.
Yes. But yeah, no, like I mean, I understand why people like it. It wasn't for me. And I hate
it's
that
coming out on my birthday.
I hate that all these movies went and ripped it off and made these movies that were just I try not to talk shit about fellow filmmakers, so I'm not going to mention titles, but you probably know what titles I'm talking about. So yes,
I saw the whole thing happen.
Yes, that's how I got into.
We went before we could go anywhere else. We went to the movies every Friday night.
Yeah,
whatever was new.
Yeah, and that was the time period where I got into French horror, like the French Extreme Martyrs and Inside and all those sort of films, where I got into Japanese horror like Audition.
Oh, I was getting into cult stuff too, but it wasn't in my local theater. I wasn't going to the movie theater for it.
I was there was a theater on, I believe it was 2nd Avenue or 1st Avenue that was having I think it was like called the Tokyo Shock Festival or something like that, and that's where I saw Ichi the Killer for the first time and Audition.
Oh, that movie's crazy. Oh yeah, and, Audition. I mean,
yeah,
what's his name? Takashi
Miike. Yeah,
Takashi Miike. Yeah, those movies are really intense.
Oh yeah, he's a huge influence on me, like David Lynch and Takashi Miike and Clive Barker and all those sort of filmmakers are what kind of you put them in a blender together and you end up with what I'm doing. So
fun fact, Clive Barker bought a nude painting of the subject of my documentary.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I did just say when I was a young man and doing fetish things, I did a fetish thing where Clive Barker had hand painted the background.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I was so excited about that. And
Did he ever see it?
I don't know. I've never asked him about it. I've
Right.
never
Yeah,
like,
I'd love to talk to him. Of course, I don't know how to get in touch
I've
with that
seen
guy.
him. I've seen him at horror festivals, but I'm not going to be like, Clive, I did
Right.
like, a
Yeah.
scalpel video in front of a painting you made. But
Yeah, he'd probably like that though.
oh, I'm sure he was.
That's
That's
totally
one of
his
the things.
area.
That's one of the things I always loved about Clive Barker, his films and his books, was that he kind of, like Stephen King, who is the first horror writer I ever started reading. Like I read Pet Sematary at 11, and that's the novel that made me start reading books.
Mm.
But he always kind of had like a kind of boomer dad sexuality about his stuff. Clive
Right.
Barker was in the fetish scene and like and there was definitely an S&M and a BDSM,
The meat pecking
content.
clubs in Manhattan,
Yeah.
I believe, were what influenced Hellraiser.
Yeah, exactly. So I always loved that there was that kind of fetish undertone to the stuff that Clive Barker's done.
Did you like the new Hellraiser that came on Netflix or whatever?
I rate it unfairly because I did enjoy it, but at the same time, it's graded on a curve because all those awful straight-to-video Hellraiser sequels.
There's one good one in the middle somewhere, and then the rest of them.
Yeah, is it Hellseeker Part 6?
I think it's Inferno.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
was
4.
really good.
Oh, sorry, that's 5.
Yeah,
that's
4
5.
was Bloodlines or something.
Don't even get me started.
Which
on that.
I know could have been a better movie. I know they cut it a lot.
Yeah, no, Chelsea and I did an entire podcast about all the damage done to the franchise from that movie. I saw that in the theater, and I've never in my life wanted to stand up and scream, no, you will show the real movie right now. That was not.
Well, if you want to see a better version of that, just watch Event Horizon.
Oh, Event Horizon. Well, there's deleted scenes from Event Horizon too.
Oh, I mean, that's an infamous sort of lost version,
Yeah, Event Horizon, I think, is the only really enjoyable film that Paul. I don't know whether he's Paul W.S. Anderson or Paul S. Anderson, one of the Paul Andersons, but it's one of the only enjoyable films.
The one that doesn't do the quirky movies.
Yeah, but I love Event Horizon so much.
Yeah.
Even though
I saw that in the movie theater. I was the only person in the theater, and it was scary as hell.
Mm-hmm. I will say one thing about one negative thing about Event Horizon though is that the CGI in it has aged so incredibly poorly.
Yeah.
I watched it a couple years ago, and there's times
I got it on Blu-ray. Yeah.
It looks like a PS1 game at times. It's really bad CGI. It's one of the reasons why I'm such a big believer in practical effects, like why we did so many practical effects in Bishop's Cove, because you look at The Thing or you look at American Werewolf in London, those still look great. Like, what is it, 40 years now from when those movies came out?
Something like that, yeah.
But, you look at okay, the Scorpion King popped in my head, but that never looked good. But
like those mummy movies, no, I never even watched those. They look terrible.
Those are actually really good.
I've heard that. Should I watch these fucking mummy movies?
Yes, you should watch the Brandon Fraser mummy movies. I'm recommending.
I liked Encino Man.
Yeah,
so.
I never saw Encino Man.
You never saw? Oh,
I don't.
Well, you don't like Pauly Shore?
Oh, I despise Pauly Shore. I don't like that sort of comedy. That I don't like really broad comedy.
It's nostalgic for me. I'm sure if it was new to me now, I wouldn't like it, but I liked it as a kid. So
yeah, like if you ask what Jim Carrey stuff I like, it's all his dramas. I don't like when he's like
Eternal Sunshine's a masterpiece.
Oh, exactly. I love that sort of thing, but I don't like when.
But
Jim
I
Carrey
love
is,
The Mask too,
grabbing his ass cheeks and making them talk or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think that movie aged very well, but The Mask I think probably does a little bit.
I did like The Cable Guy though. I did like The Cable Guy.
Well, that's a really crazy one. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the movie where I distinctly remember turning to my friend about halfway through the movie and being like, I'm not like that, am I? and she just kind of nodded. She yes.
That was probably the first movie where you kind of saw a range.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, but that was kind of
I guess The Truman Show too.
Yeah.
I like The Truman Show. That was a good movie.
But yeah, Cable Guy was kind of if you ever wanted to know what I was like as a hyperactive, destructive teenager. That movie felt like someone put a mirror up to my face.
I don't think I've seen it in like 30 years. That's probably
Yeah.
worth a rewatch.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I like comedy that's a little more biting and a little more satirical. I'm not like, and if it is going to be broad, I want everyone in it to still be acting seriously. That is why, I brought up Hobo with a Shotgun. Hobo with a Shotgun would just be like your average trauma film, if not for Rutger Hauer acting like he's doing fucking Shakespeare.
That's the way you got to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you can't be aware that you're in a bad movie. Like you got to play it super straight.
Rutger Hauer is, well, I mean, I'm not purposely making a bad movie, but I'm making a weird movie. Yeah. But, the movie like that, like if you play it super straight, it makes it so much funnier.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I like my comedy. I like comedy where everyone, like the audience is laughing, but none of the characters are. That's the difference, I would say, between Return of the Living Dead 1 and Return of the Living Dead 2. Because Return of the Living Dead 2, everyone is...
There was a kid in there,
funny,
and I was like...
and it's awful.
Yeah, I think number 3 was better, though, right?
I love 3. I love 3, but 3's a drama.
Right.
3 is like a serious zombie film.
Yeah.
And we will not.
They never really matched the tone of the first one.
We will not speak of 4 and 5. So
I've never seen them. I don't think I ever will. Yeah, I'm not very interested. But there's a new one coming out, and I know there's a lot of legal battles over the name and all that kind of stuff going on.
There's Trash's Revenge, which has Linnea Quigley in it.
Yes.
And then
which is a musical, apparently.
Is it? Wow, that's a detail I was unaware of.
Yeah, my friend Jeff interviewed her on his channel. Go check it out. From us, he does all these Misfits videos. That's like most of his channel is Misfits stuff.
Oh, I think I've probably watched his video about him, because I saw some video recently about how they can't remix Earth AD because Glenn sent the master tapes to Germany.
It's in some different country. Yeah, I know. What a fucking tragedy, because that album is so good and it sounds like such ass.
Yeah. To me, the big tragedy is that all the Sam Haines stuff is out of print, and you can't.
Well, I got my box set.
Yeah, you can't buy it as a CD. You can't download it. You can't stream it. It's
Glenn's fucking up there, man. What is he doing?
I don't know.
He's like missing his market here. Like,
yeah, because I would love to have those albums again. I'd
love to hear them remastered or something. Yeah. I mean, I have the box set from the 90s, but I'm sure they could do better things with it now.
I would love to hear them remastered, but knowing Glenn Danzig, he would probably do it himself, and I don't know if I want that.
Yeah, and he'd re-record it all. And
yes. Yeah, Glenn Danzig has a history of doing that sort of
legacy of brutality, that shit.
Yeah, like if you listen
and put a lot of reverb on it.
Oh, it could be even worse. If you listen to the last original Danzig album, the vocals are all the way up to 10, which those of you who are not musicians probably don't understand this, but vocals should, no matter how loud you want your vocals to be, they should never be louder than every other instrument. And his vocals are on that album, to the point where they distort sometimes, because the vocals
I don't remember. Was that Red Sabbath or Death
something
Red
like
Sabbath
that.
or something?
Yeah,
dude, what's so funny is I was doing my show Twilight Vision at the time, and I actually had an opportunity or an offer to interview him, and I turned it down because I didn't know if I really wanted to meet him, especially during that period, because he was still not talking about the Misfits and stuff. Like if I had the opportunity now, I would talk to him because he's doing the Misfits again. And we could talk about that shit. But Red Death Sabbath, I was like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, now you basically just end up with Mike Hideous talking about the Misfits on a million podcasts.
I filmed his band once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
seems
he's
a nice dude.
Mike Hideous is an interesting character.
Yeah, I have that documentary that he made. Whatever. Oh, it's weird. There's a whole scene of him just shooting up.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we're going to watch this now.
We've only met one time, and from people who knew us as mutual friends, we're convinced. Apparently, he was convinced I hated him from the one time we met, and I didn't. It was a whole bunch of coincidences happened afterwards that made it look like I had something against him.
That's funny.
It was we canceled the show that we were supposed to play with Empire Hideous, but it was more just because I saw a video of my band, and I was like, I thought that the band
Well,
members
like we're not ready for this.
Yeah, I saw the
Yeah.
band members and I was like, I'm the only one moving, and so I fired the whole band. And like I formed into what people knew Dark Eden to be.
Right.
But I canceled that, and then a bunch of other stuff happened that I won't say on the air, but he was convinced I hated him. And I always thought that was really funny when it was like, we've met once, dude. Like, I don't like it's
That's funny. Well,
but
here's go ahead.
Oh, go on.
I was gonna say, here's the important I'll make this like the last question, and then I'll do
Mm-hmm.
some promo for myself.
Sure.
Have you heard the new leaked Manny tapes from the Misfits? Do you know about
what
this?
Are they? What are they?
Their recordings, their original drummer Manny died somewhat recently.
Yeah.
I don't know the story of how they were acquired. I've heard rumors, but they are definitely out there now, and it's recordings of the Misfits rehearsing and playing live in 1977, and there's a whole bunch of songs that were never recorded on there.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear that.
The quality is pretty terrible, but you're
Yeah.
just like, oh my god, you're hearing original Misfits songs that you've
Mhm.
never heard before from
Yeah, no,
77.
I would love to hear that. Send me a link to that off the air.
Oh, you can just YouTube it.
The thing I heard recently was a rehearsal of Queen Wasp, where it doesn't sound anything like the Earth AD version, and it sounds
think
like
I've
a
heard
more
that,
like
yeah.
Walk Among Us type song.
Yeah, there's a lot of bootleg stuff out there. I've definitely heard that before, but oh my god,
Yeah.
like new old songs. Like some of it was like before they even had a guitar player, when they were just a
Oh god,
piano,
the piano
and the bass, and it's some of the songs we do know, but like early versions of them.
Oh
and
wow.
that, it's like pretty fascinating.
Yeah, well, it's always funny. Like you hear like the piano version of "She," and it sounds
Exactly.
It sounds like something from like a chase scene in like a 1972 movie.
And there's more where that came from. Songs you've never heard before.
Oh, I'll have to check that out.
Go check it out. Go watch the Premise channel. He's done some episodes about it.
Awesome.
Well, dude, thanks for being here again. I got some upcoming
for having me.
shows I want to announce, or next week, Roxy Epoxy from the Epoxies is going to be here. Someone I've always wanted to talk to. I don't know if you know the band the Epoxies.
I know the Epoxies.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's me seeing them open for the Aquabats probably in the early 2000s. And look, I'm wearing my X Possible shirt.
There you go.
Yeah, so there you go in that picture. And then one of my new favorite bands, Cat Crash. I swear to God, they're gonna save music. So check that out. Just the songwriting, I don't know. It's music for the future. Like this is what the kids are doing, and the kids are all right. That's what I'll say about this. Here's a big one. I got Emily Autumn coming on this show.
Wow.
I know. I think it's her first interview in like over 10 years.
Yeah, my ex would be so excited about that from 15 years ago. But she was just a giant Emily Autumn fan.
She was on my original show, Twilight Vision, back in the day. And I was like, I just randomly reached out and they were like, hell yeah, let's do it. I'm like, holy shit, Emily Autumn. So here's what I'm doing right now. Let me show. I'm finally reading her book.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's massive. It's ridiculous. It's like 300, 400 pages. And I'm kind of excited about it. It looks like she's got new music coming out. So it's like perfect timing that I reached out.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
And then the date on this might change, you guys, but you never heard of this band, but you definitely should. Three Monkeys Named Bob. My local, how do I say this? The band that's most known that came from my area was Coheed and Cambria. But if you ask anybody from the scene at the time, the most influential band and some of my best friends of all time and bandmates, roommates, everything. I met them in high school. Three Monkeys Named Bob. They're playing their first show in 19 years in April.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay. And I think I'm going to play a song with them on stage. If you guys are in Nyack on April 4th, be there at Olives in Nyack. Three Monkeys Named Bob. So I'm going to have them on the show. And those are my announcements. Wait, there's some more. If you are into Gwar, I have a show. I have the only officially licensed podcast about Gwar. And I got a show coming up soon with the Alternatives. It's 3 of the earliest members, and they were on SST Records, this crazy instrumental, like jazzy punk band. They used to play with every band, Black Flag, Bad Brains, the Meat Puppets. It's like they were totally all over the underground scene. They were early members of Gwar, and they just remastered their catalog, and it's coming out on Bandcamp. Ironically, not on Bandcamp Friday, which is tomorrow, but I think February 12th is when it comes out. They kind of missed the mark on that one. And then the 2 new members of the Ex-Cops, which is the Gwar offshoot band where they dress as cops, and it's definitely a satirical parody that you should check out if you've never heard it before. And then Ghoul is coming on. Do you know about Ghoul?
I do not.
Well, they're from Creepsylvania, and they look like that, and they play thrash music, and there's blood involved, and it's going to be a good time.
Oh, that's real cool.
And that's all I have to say about that. So guys, VonPod is totally back. 2026 Emily Autumn is going to be huge. There's a couple other episodes that I'm working on booking, and if I get them, it's going to be a huge year, you guys. So thanks for kicking it off, Charles D. Lincoln.
No problem.
Coming back on the show, and of course, let us know when there's updates on the new movie. I can't wait to see it.
I will. Everyone should go and watch Bishop's Cove on Amazon Prime Video.
Yes, link in the description. It should be in the description. And hey, if you guys really like what I do, you could send super chats. If you're not watching live, there's a PayPal and Venmo. If you ever want to tip me for what I do, it's not required. But I figured I'd put it out there into the world. If you really like what I do or want to watch past episodes, if you can believe it, this is episode 87. So I'm almost at that 100 mark. And I think most podcasts don't make it that far. So I'm at least going for that goal this year. 100 episodes. Woo! Let's do it. And with that, thank you for being here. I guess we could end. Did I play the Bishop's Cove trailer? I don't think I did.
Well, let's play it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll let the trailer speak for itself. And then definitely make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and comment below. And let me get that trailer up so you guys know what's going on with Bishop's Cove on Amazon. It's this one, I believe. Let's see.
You are.
All right. Goodbye.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh no, I got rid of the wrong window.
Catalonia Silver a number of years ago.
Okay.
I'm afraid that Catalonia passed away recently. In her will, she requests her remains be scattered by you.
I'm so sorry that they did this.
You brought our baby back home to us.
I'm the one who summoned it.
Tell me about my sister.
And the more you feel, the tastier you are.
Just please stop! Just stop!
Mind to do it!
I didn't know better back then, but if I could go back and do it all again, I would protect her with every fiber of my being, I swear.
Justice must be done! Justice must be done! Subscribe.